In his address, the president noted that it is easier to contain the outbreak at household level than in places of mass gatherings.
It is wise that we temporarily remove these concentration points by closing all the primary and secondary schools, pre-primary, as well as all the universities and tertiary institutions for 1 month, starting with Friday, the 20th of March, 2020, starting at midday. So these 15 million Ugandans are gathered in 50,000, or let's say 51,000 to make the figure simple, points in the form of schools and colleges and so on. It is a smart way of avoiding these concentrations in the face of this danger. I've decided to close the educational institutions even before the occurrence of a single corona incident, because I have observed the situation in other countries. Once the epidemic breaks out, there is so much stampede that the first suspect to be affected is the transport.
The resolution reached during a cabinet sitting this week affects places of worship and activities that gather crowds.
Prayers in churches, in mosques, open-air prayers, and services on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. In the interest of our people's health, this should be suspended for a month with immediate effect. The religious leaders can use the television, radio stations, the television stations, the radio stations to continue preaching, public meetings, public rallies, conferences, elections, etc. All these are hereby forbidden for 32 days with immediate effect.
Museveni noted that markets will remain open but controlled, and government will provide standards of operations for them and a few areas that will not be affected by the ban.
These do's and don'ts will include compulsory hand washing by all persons who enter or exit those workplaces. Anybody with symptoms of sickness should not be allowed access to that place for any reason. The employers should install temperature monitors, etc., etc.
Uganda is now sandwiched by neighbors who have all reported cases of COVID-19, and for this reason, several travel restrictions have been put in place.
We ban any outbound Ugandan going to or through these countries. Italy, France, South Korea, China, the United States of America, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Switzerland, Sweden, Belgium, Germany, Spain, Norway, Austria, Malaysia, Pakistan, and San Marino. Foreigners going to those countries are free to do so, provided they do not intend to come back within the prohibited time. We cannot stop Ugandans coming back from abroad. Such Ugandans will be put in a mandatory quarantine in a designated place, but they will pay the cost for their institutional quarantine. Do not travel unless it is absolutely necessary if you are using public transport.
Globally, the COVID-19 outbreak is being managed, with more than 80,000 infected people recorded to have recovered from the disease. Walter Mwesije, NTV.